This is the story of a fall from grace so absolute that it has rewritten the history of the British monarchy. It is the tale of a man who was once the Queen's favorite son, a decorated war hero, and a senior global representative of the Crown, who now finds himself a pariah in his own land. Welcome to the definitive account of the final collapse of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. The man the world knew for 6 decades as Prince Andrew is facing a reality that would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. As the world prepares for the joy of the festive season, the corridors of Royal Lodge are silent, echoing with the weight of scandal and the cold sting of social ostracization. At 65 years old, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is learning that when the protections of the crown are removed, the fall is long, hard, and lonely. The latest blow to his status is one that strikes at the very heart of his identity as a traditional English aristocrat. It has been confirmed that Andrew has had his gun license revoked. For a man whose life revolved around the prestige of the shooting season, this is not merely a legal formality, it is a profound social execution. For years, Andrew was a fixture at the most elite shooting parties in the world, hosting royalty and dignitaries at Windsor, Sandringham, and Balmoral. Now, that life is over. The revocation occurred following a high-stakes visit from specialist firearms licensing officers of the Metropolitan Police. In a scene that perfectly captures his current state of isolation, Andrew did not even face the officers himself. Instead, he sent a valet to the door of Royal Lodge to negotiate his surrender. After a brief discussion, he agreed to give up his certificate. While the police did not seize his firearms, they have placed such strict conditions on their storage and use that Andrew can now only handle or transport them under heavy, professional supervision. This development comes at a time of renewed pressure. The ghost of Jeffrey Epstein continues to haunt every corner of Andrew's life. This past weekend, a new trove of files related to the Epstein scandal was released, ensuring that the allegations of sexual assault brought forward by Virginia Giuffre remain at the forefront of the public consciousness. Despite his strenuous denials, the multi-million-pound settlement he paid to Ms. Giuffre in 2022 remains, in the court of public opinion, a silent admission of a debt that can never be fully repaid. The year 2025 has been a relentless parade of humiliations for the former Duke. In October, King Charles III finally took the decisive step that many had been calling for. He officially stripped his brother of his royal titles. There is no longer a His Royal Highness to hide behind. But the king did not stop there. The ultimate eviction notice was served. Andrew has been ordered to vacate Royal Lodge, his home of many years, and move into a significantly more modest outbuilding on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk. As the physical and legal walls close in, the emotional walls are proving to be the most painful. This Christmas is set to be the loneliest of Andrew's life. Reports suggest that his daughter, Princess Beatrice, who has long been one of his few remaining supporters, has chosen to spend the festive season abroad. She has reportedly turned down the opportunity to join her father and Sarah Ferguson for their final Christmas at Royal Lodge. For a man who defined himself by his lineage and his family's position, being abandoned by his own child during the holidays is perhaps the most devastating blow of all. Public reaction in the United Kingdom has been a mixture of grim satisfaction and weary indifference. On social media, the news of the gun license revocation was met with comments describing it as the final nail in the coffin of his public life. For many, seeing the rules of the law applied to a man who once seemed above them is a necessary part of the healing process for the monarchy. For many, seeing the rules of the law applied to a man who once seemed above them is a necessary part of the healing process for the monarchy. The reputation of the institution depends on its ability to distance itself from Andrew's shadow, and King Charles is proving that he is willing to be ruthless to protect the crown's future. Andrew's move to Sandringham next year represents more than just a change of address. It is a permanent relocation to the fringes of history. He will live out his days in the shadow of the great house where he once stayed as a prince, now reduced to a private citizen with a restricted life. The loss of his gun license caps a disastrous year where he lost his title, his home, his prestige, and his place at the royal table. The silence at Royal Lodge this December is a stark contrast to the lively, opulent Christmases of the past. As the rest of the royal family gathers at Sandringham to greet the public and celebrate their enduring bond with the nation, Andrew will be a ghost in his own life. The sun of his royal career has set, leaving behind only the cold reality of a man facing the consequences of a life lived without accountability. In the end, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor serves as a tragic reminder that prestige is a loan from the public, not a birthright. As he sits in the darkening rooms of Windsor, he is a man without a title, without a mission, and, most tellingly, without his family by his side. The Christmas lights may be twinkling across the country, but for the man who was once a prince, the world has never felt darker.